Hello and welcome to the video. This one I think is part 5. I'm going to be setting up my crafting areas and getting all the people that I need to set up the crafting area. Things like your smithy, kitchens, fabric stations and the normal workstation. They're the ones I'm going to be setting up now. That because I want it all nice and even, because this is going to be my area. So the first one I'm going to do is I will set up the normal workstation, and because I'm going to set it up this way as well, so I've got my wood stations there, I'm going to do the workshop and the smithies and the kitchen and all that kind of stuff along here, because in the centre here is where I'm going to build my tavern, and then over here is going to be where I set up my market stalls. So right, let's get into it then, shall we? Right, I do have a workshop ready. Now then, let's get this up here. So I'm setting it along here so I can hide these sheds here. Right, so I'm going to need a house for that. Right, so I'm going to get the house built and I shall be back shortly. Alright then. Okay, I'm back. And I've got the buildings down. On my workshop and the house. Smithy and the house for the smithy. And then the kitchen. I've got one more that I do need to do, which will be the loom. Start making fabrics, which I'll probably put over this side. The idea now is to make this, now my village is actually starting to working towards being a village, because as I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tavern centre bit here, and then here I'm going to have a load of shops, so I can start selling some of the wares like the rye bread and axes and all that kind of stuff. So I want them selling rye bread first, that way it gets their skill up, so you'll get more money for your items. But the next thing I need to do is now get the mine down. I think I've unlocked the mine. Yeah, I've got the mine. Nice. So that's the plan now. So, because at the mine I think I've got like 3 extraction sheds up there. So I've already got the people up there working, but I just need to tidy it up. So I just randomly placed some houses and a couple of extraction sheds. So I now need to sort that out, get the mine in, and actually have a mining ore now. And then I'm going to head up to the mine and I will see you shortly when I get there. Okay, and I'm back. As you can see, the season has changed. I'm now in the summer and I have the mine built. The reason why the season has changed is because as I started to do the mine, I realised I hadn't been through there the spring season. So I cleaned it out of all this tin, copper and salt, and then I built the mine. So now what I need to do, because the thing is, when you put the mine in, not only do you get copper, tin and salt, you'll also get iron ore, and it also deepens the mine, so you can get even more ore out of it when you harvest it yourself. As you can see, I've got an excavation shed there and another one down there. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start moving the houses as best as I can and start allocating people to the actual mine itself. So now I have all my miners allocated. This bit's the tricky bit, because the more things that you ask it to do, less you're actually going to get. So if I just wanted to do straight iron ore, the mine will gather at 100%, 120. But because I want tin, copper, and I still need stone, I'm not worried about the salt because I can gather that myself. These are the things that I'm actually using. But if I do all 4, you'll produce less, because obviously you got to break it down between. So what I do is I set everything to 25, because I'm doing 4, I'll set them to 25%. Right, so it's all now at 25%. This isn't actually too bad because my guys are actually leveled up, because I put up the extraction sheds by the mine, just constantly have them gathering stone. So it helps level them up. But I want to be trying to produce roughly the same amount of each ore. And now I'm getting an even amount of each different type of ore. These 2 are the ones you definitely want to be reasonably even, because you have to combine them. So if you're getting like 70 copper but you're only dragging out 30 tin, you're not going to be able to make bronze as readily, because you're going to have to constantly wait, because there's a shift in how much of each you've got. So that is now ready. Now what I need to do to go to these extraction sheds and take out all the picks. Now, I should have I got anything made yet? No, I thought I did. Oh well, I can go make some. I'm going to go make some axes and I shall be right back. Okay then, I'm back. I've just put some iron pickaxes in there. So now the miners will now start mining. But now I don't need these excavation sheds. So I need to demolish them. As I alluded before, you want your miners to be as close to the mine as possible, especially living there. And because there's no set limit to where you can build inside your village. So even though my village is all the way over there, I can have the miners living right here. Because I've got houses here, it means bears will no longer spawn here. All the miners are allocated in these 3 houses, so that's the mine sorted out. So now I've got a steady influx of copper and all that kind of stuff. But the beauty as well is you can still empty the mine out yourself. So you can go up there with your pickaxes, clear out every single node, and it won't affect them because they'll still keep producing regardless of whether you've harvested the nodes or not. Well, that's my experience anyway. Okay, now, as I said, I've got quite a lot of stuff going on now in the background. Like my fields are being dealt with, so I've got 4 people working then. They're now fertilising, they'll then scrub it, and then they'll plant the cabbages for this season. I've got the mine up there, gathering all the ore and stone and all that kind of stuff I need. The next thing I need to do now is actually start getting workers for this part. So I need to get some people to start smithing. So they can just start, they're slow as shit, but they'll start making, I'll just get them making fucking ingots all the time now. Coming along nicely. Now is the time where I think the next video will probably be me building the tavern, the market area, and then my house. Because when I do my house, I'll give myself the nicest house. But I like to have my own workbenches and stuff, so I'll have my own smithy. So I don't have to interrupt these guys working there. It'll be the same with the kitchen. I'll have my own kitchen. I'll have my own workshop. Just so I've got my own area. So these guys can just carry on. So I don't have to interrupt them. So that's going to be the next video. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It would be nice to grow this channel. Leave a comment if you have any questions or any feedback, or even if you've got suggestions for me. Please feel free to put it in the comments, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.